Okay. So in today's session, we can start with the general ledger application. As a part of GL, as a basic configuration, already we completed these tasks in the very initial classes. So accounting calendar, we discussed about currency, value sets creation, chart of accounts, instance, primary ledger, ledger options, create legal entity, complete primary ledger definition, assigning the GL roles to user, providing the data access for users, running LDAP and opening the periods. Also, we created one journal for testing purpose, right? This is all we completed. Now we'll go with the GL concepts, and as per concept, what setups required, those will be working on. Understanding role-based dashboards, yes, we'll see that. For now, let it be, and we'll go and create the journal and we'll post it. That already we have seen, but just we'll go through it. So go to journals work area. So under general accounting, we have a task called as journals. So by default, the journal creation, the format they given, including the batch. In case of EBS, we can create the journals one by one separately, or else you can create the journals through batch process. We have a batch option as well as individual journal creation, but here there's only one function. If you want to enter the journals, so in that specific page you can enter ignoring the batch information, but every journal system create as a batch. That also happens normally when you create individual journals in EBS case also. The same is applicable here. Just we'll go and create the journal and we'll proceed from there. So create journal. Why it is taking time? Just 1 second. Let me refresh this page. Yeah, it's done. Okay. So this is journal creation page. Here we have a batch section where you can provide the batch details, and within that batch you can create one or multiple journals. For each journals we can create the lines. So batch, within the batch journal, within the journal lines. This is the actual structure when you compare with EBS also. If you don't want to enter batch information, you can ignore it. You can proceed with the journal creation. Even if you don't give the journal name, automatically system will take the journal name, right? So we'll give the journal name as expense JV, journal voucher, and here you can set the default category. Okay, that already we have seen in the very initial classes itself, and as well as we have seen in case of payables how to set the default business unit. Same way, default journal category you can set, so that system will default. Otherwise, all the time you have to select the category of the journal. Fine. Just go and enter the debit and credit lines. Select company. Select department. Select any one of the expense account. Expense. Any expense you can pick. Then say OK. Enter debit amount, say $15,000. Go to next line. So enter company 1000. The segment separator is hyphen here. Hyphen department. Just tab out and select account called as accounts payable or liability account. Sorry, accounts payable or cash account. Any one of the account you can select. So cash, checking account, cash account, select. Enter credit amount, same 15,000. So this is how you can create the journal, and just you can save it automatically. System will create the batch name by default. Once you save the record, just wait for a second. It's taking too much time. Yep. So this is the name we given for journal expense JV. The same it taken as a batch name, and it included the date and timestamp. So if you want to create one more journal within this batch, click on add. This section will get refreshed and you can create one more journal. That's how you can create multiple journals within the batch. So if you think you're done with this journal creation within this batch, complete, and finally you can submit the journal for posting. So this is all about manual journal creation. Already we have seen how to create the transactions, how to interface the GL, how system will create those transactions as journals, how to drill down to that respective source transactions which are available in the subledgers that already we have seen. So you can click on refresh here. You could see the projected balances for selected line. Here which line you select, the line specific, the account specific, within that period how much amount we have, it will display. That means this account code combination related to internet expenses. The month is June. Within the June internet expense we spent total this amount only. The same way, if the same account is used in the June month for multiple transactions, the projected balances will be showing for all those transactions, and you could see the batch status as a posted. So this is how we can create the simple manual journal, and we'll just move on to the next topic what we have here. Create journal in ADFdi, nothing but web ADI. So we'll go and create the journal in spreadsheet. So to create the journal in the spreadsheet, go to task list under journals, and here we have a task called as create journal in spreadsheet, nothing but ADFdi. Click on create journal in spreadsheet, say OK, say connect, and provide the user credentials. Okay, if you notice in the same template we have a different tabs. To create the single journal, this is a format you can use. To create the multiple journals, you can use this format. Okay, here you can enter multiple journals and bulk journals. Okay, just the frameworks are different, that's all. So we'll go and create the single journal here. So journal name, say XYZ journal, select ledger, Google USA primary ledger, accounting date, so you can say June 20th 2018, and source is spreadsheet, categories by default adjustment. If you want to change, you can change by double clicking on that, and then that's all. Just you can enter the debit and credit lines. Just double click to select the account code combination. Click on search. So company, department, select any one of the expense account. Okay, expense adjustment account. Say okay. Fine. Currencies USD. Enter debit amount. Say $20,000 and enter credit line. Double click. Or directly you can copy and paste those values also. System will have validation and it will accept. Company, department, go with the cash account. So currency is USD and credit amount also same $20,000. That's all. So this is how just you can enter the journal in the spreadsheet and go to create journals and say submit. So this journal will be imported into application. You can go and see that. So submit journal import and post. Okay. Say submit. It will just populate in the interface. From interface it will be imported into base tables also. 2 rows are inserted successfully. The confirmation also we got. Now we can go and find the journal within the application. Go to manage journals. Okay. So June month. Search. So what you could do is here go with the source also. Source is spreadsheet. The spreadsheet, say okay. Then click on search. So this is journal we created in the spreadsheet. The same we imported as well as the journal got posted. So this is how we can create journal by using the spreadsheet, which is equal to ADF web ADI in EBS. Fine. Done. So we'll see the loading, how to load the journals by using FBDI template. We know the FBDI template process, right? We used FBDI in payables, receivables, and fixed assets also. Now we'll go and download the FBDI template and we'll just provide the journal information and we'll load that journal information into application. For template, you can just search for Oracle OER. Just go to financials and click on the application version which you are using and click on books. Search for file-based data import. File-based data import for Oracle Cloud Financials. Just click on HTML and select file-based data imports. And these are the different templates which are available for financials. Now here you can pick the template which is available for journals. So we have a template for journals import. Open the template and download the template. How to download? Right click and say save link as. So if you select this, we can take into this folder FBDI. Just save it. So which job we have to submit? Import journals. Fine. So open that folder and open the template journal import template. And go to GL interface tab. So here just remove all the records except two records. One for debit, one for credit. Okay. We'll have a debit and credit lines. You can keep two records, two rows as is from sample data. Rest those we can prepare. So status code is new. Yes, we are going to create the new record. And ledger ID, we have to provide the ledger ID. So first we'll go and find the ledger ID for our ledger. To find the ledger ID, you have to go to ledger definition page. Go to setup and maintenance. Search for the task called as manage ledgers. You can navigate from directly search also. Go to task called as manage primary ledgers. Okay. Here find our ledger. So our ledger name is Google, right? So search for our ledger. So in case of EBS, if you want to display hidden field, what we'll do is we'll go to like tools folder show field, right? That is the option we have. So what are the fields are applicable for specific record, so those would get displayed based on the selection. You have to select from show field specific field, the field relevant data it will display. Here also same process, but here the navigation is different. You have to go to view and columns. You could see these are the columns which are applicable for the record, and accounting method and ledger ID. These two columns are by default disabled. Now we want to see the ledger ID. So select this, enable this column, add this column. It will display our ledger ID here. This is our ledger ID. Just make a note and you take into the sheet. So we cannot provide the ledger name, only we can give the ledger ID. Okay, say 3000 and 00 1669 48483. So this is our ledger ID. Take this ledger ID into spreadsheet. Take for credit line also. Effective date of transaction. So year, month and date. Year, month and date. So month. So June. Date 20th. Year 2018. The same date you can take for credit line preparation also. Journal source. So you may provide the source system name, from system you are bringing the data, and the category also you can enter how you required. Currency, so this we are going to create in USD. And journal entry date also, creation date also you can give the same date. And actual flag A, I mean just it's a actual journal this is. You can give the code combination, debit and credit code combination, so you can enter here. So company 1000, department 1000. For credit also company 1000, department 1000. Only accounts we have to provide. We have only three segments, right? Remaining you can remove. The accounting information you may take from the application itself. Just go to journal creation page. From there you can take the reference information. Just go to create journals. Okay, from here we can pick the account to provide in the spreadsheet. Okay, we can just use this account. Enter this account, and we need one more account for credit line. Done. So here you have to specify the amount, that account code combination which we given, that is a debit or credit. So here you can enter debit amount, say $2,000, say $20,000, and converted and all not required, remove it. And entered credit amount $20,000. Okay, done. Now this reference information you can remove, not required, optional information. So done. That's all. This is the basic information we have to enter. Now we can convert this template into CSV file generation. So it is not generating the zip file, no issues. Just so there is some issue with this template. You can just take the same file, CSV file, and save in the same folder. Okay, nothing. Close this. And now we'll go to that folder. Since system is not able to generate, we'll generate it. Just create zip file. GL journals. So this is some junk file system created, remove it. So this is a file with CSV file system created that you can move into zip file. So now we have that CSV file in this zip file. Now this file you can load into application. That's all. If system is not creating, if CSV system is creating, that's enough. If system is failing to create zip file, no need to worry about it. We can create zip file and we can move that file into that. One copy is moved into this. Now we can load into application. We know the process how to load, right? We have to run the common job called as load interface file for import. Go to that ESS job page. Okay, let's tag it as into favorites. Save it. Monitor processes. The job name is, it's a common job. It could be payables data, receivables data, asset data, GL data. If the process is FPDA process, job remains same as load interface file for import. Then say OK. Now we have to select the import process which is relevant to the data which you are importing. Which data we are going to import? Journals. So you can look for import journals job, and you can directly upload the file. Otherwise, you can place in the UCM that would be available here and you can pick it. If not, if you are not placed in the UCM, directly from here you can browse and select. So GL journals. Say OK. Submit and say OK. Fine, done. Now we can go and find the journal. Sorry. So now just we placed in interface. Now we have to submit the journal import process to import the journal information from interface to base tables, right? Now just we place the data in the GL interface tables from CSV file. Now just to submit the journal invoice journal import once again. Okay, to move the data from interface to base table, refresh this page with the same navigation and go to schedule new process and say import journals. Why it is showing that? Same right, import journals. Sometimes it is system is behaving in this way. What we could do is again refresh this page. Just type any letter, then now search for journals. It should display the job name. So which job we have to submit? Import journals. Select and say OK. Say OK. So source name, journal source. So the source name, how we have, we'll just open and see that. So by default journal source we have a balance transfer. In our sheet also we have save. So balance transfer. Find and say submit. Fine, done. Now we'll go and find the journal. Go to journals work area. Accounting period is June month. Source is balance transfer. There is a source available by default in the sheet, the same we used. Balance transfer. Now search. You can see the journal which is important to application from spreadsheet. FBDA template. Done. So that's how we can use the same functionality, FBDA template functionality for journal loading process. Now we'll look at foreign currency journals creation. When we talk about setups, primarily we have to define the daily rates. We'll go on to create the daily rates between our functional currency and any other foreign currency, and we'll create the journal in the foreign currency. Okay, so create daily rates. What we'll do is we'll go and create the journal in foreign currency, nothing but INR. As our ledger currency is USD, which is our functional, and we'll go and create the journal in the foreign currency, that is nothing but INR. To create that, first we have to set up the daily rates between USD and INR. We'll go and set up daily rates, and system will allow us to create the foreign currency journal in GL. So here, to create the daily rates, you can search for the task directly from the project or from FSM, or else you can go to period close. We have a task called as period close, so you can go with the task, then go to task list, and here you have a task called as manage currency rates. Just click on this will also take us to daily rates page on. We are here. Now go to daily rates. Click on create in spreadsheet. Say okay. Say connect. Just log in. Fine. Here select from currency, say USD, to currency INR. Conversion rate, say corporate rate from and to dates. You can say June 20th 18. Only for one day you can define. Say conversion is 67, and you can import these rates into application. Say submit. Say okay. So rates are created. Now we can create the journal in foreign currency. Automatically system will create inverse rate. You don't see that in the sheet. that would be available in the application. The loading process itself it will create. Now we'll create the journal in foreign currency. Go to journals task. Go to task list, say create journal. Say so batch name not required. So I am not journal. Just for identification I'm giving that name. Here you can pick the currency code. So with the today date, the corporate rate is available, the rate system is displayed. Now select category. Adjustment, you can enter the debit and credit lines. You can go with any expense account. So enter rupees, say 1 lakh. It will convert into USD dollars. So go with any one of the cash account. Say okay. Enter credit amount. And done. So we are able to create the foreign currency journal. Just save it and complete and post it. Save okay. So this is how just simply you can create the foreign currency journal. If rates are available, you can create it. Now we'll look at reverse journals. Okay, reversing the journals. We'll see how to reverse the journal through manual process. We'll go to any one of the journal which is already posted. We know the purpose of reversing. Once you create journal, if you post it, we cannot do any modifications against the journal. Only the option is we reverse the journal and we'll create the new journal with the right information. Fine. Just go and find any one of the posted journal to test this reverse functionality. Search. So we have these two journals. Now we'll go with this journal. Expense JV. You can open this journal, click on the journal name. So this journal is posted. Say within the journal we just entered some wrong information into say we selected wrong account. So now you cannot change it. Reason, journal is posted, balances got updated. So only the option is you can reverse this journal and you can create another journal. Okay. To reverse it, you have to go to journal actions. Sorry, here before that, save it and go to show more, go to reversal, and here you have to select the reversal method and reversal period. Okay, reversal period is June month. That means when you reverse this journal, the reversal journal need to be created in which period, that you have to specify and save and go to this journal actions. You could see here reverse this journal. Now system will create the reversal journal by switching debit to credit, credit to debit. The reversal status is not reversed, but just now we submitted for reversal. Yeah. Now see the status, it's reversed. And the system will create the reversal journal for this journal. We'll go and find it. Again, search with the same criteria. We could see one more journal, system created. So until unless you post this reversal journal, the existing journal balances cannot be updated. So mandatory you should post, then only the balances would get reversed. Okay, done. Cancel. So this is how just we can perform the manual reversals. Okay, done. So the next topic is data access set. So to test this data access set, we'll go with a simple case. I think we have a balance in segment values, company values like 1000, 2000, 3000. So we have three balance in segment values, 1000, 2000, 3000. So we know what is the purpose of data access set. One point is when you create the ledger, when you create our primary ledger with the same primary ledger name, system creates the data access set. That we know. If you want to create our own custom data access set, so how to create, how that we can take into the process that we are going to test it. For that we'll go with a simple example. Say we have three balance and segment values. So with the data access set, what we can do, we can set read only or read and write privileges to specific balance and segment values, right? So now we will set for 1000 read only access and 2000 also read only. For company 3000 will give read and write privileges, means full privileges. Okay, so we have three balance and segment values, 1000, 2000, 3000. For 1000 and 2000, say we want to give read only privileges. For 3000, read and write privileges. How to set these privileges? By using the data access set. We'll go and see now. Okay, data access set. So to test this functionality, we'll go with a separate user also. Okay, we'll just go with a different user so that we can understand easily. If you try with the current user, it will conflict with the current access whatever this user has. Fine. Now we'll see what setups we have to do. First we have to create the data access set. create data access set. So how we'll create data access set? By following this rule. Within the data access set, we are going to specify this rule. For 1000, 2000 read only. For 3000 read and write. Now to apply this data access set, the custom data access set, will just create new user. Create new user. Assign any one of the GL role to this user. Assign GL role to user. We don't need to assign all the 5 roles to this user to test this functionality. We can just go with any one of the roles so that we can understand. And after assigning the GL roles to the user, we have to provide the data access. Here data access is nothing but data access set access. So you provide data access for user and you can run LDAP job. So after completing all these setups, we'll go and create journal and we'll test this functionality. So this is a rule we are going to implement. Okay, this is a rule we are going to set to data access set. The same will test it whether system is going to behave accordingly or not. Fine, done. So go to our implementation project or you can navigate to FSM homepage. We'll do it from project. Search for data access set. So just click on manage data access sets. Click on go to task icon. And here you can notice whatever the ledger we created with the same ledger name we can find the data access set. You can search for Google. So we never created data access set with this name, right? This is created by system automatically. That's how it works. So this is created by system. So now we'll create our own rule. So when you look at this is a full ledger access. Okay, that's how system will create. Now we are going to create our own data access set by following the condition whatever we discussed. The name is Google data access set. So access set type select as primary balance and segment values. Full ledger means for entire ledger you can provide read only or read and write privileges. That means the same privileges will be applicable for all the balance and segment values. Now our requirement is we want to go with balance and segment value wise security, right? So select data access set type as a primary balance and segment values, and you can select chart of accounts and accounting calendar. So chart of accounts name is Google and select accounting calendar also with the same name. Now you can just click on access set assignments, select our primary ledger. So this is our primary ledger. By default system is just marking this. One second, why it is freezing? It should not freeze. So type is not ledger, right? Here we selected primary balance and segment values. We'll cancel and we'll try again. Say create. Google data access set. Select our chart of accounts, accounting calendar, change access set type to primary balance and segment value. Just click on add. It should allow us to uncheck it. Why it is not happening? Because we are selecting primary balance and segment values, that should enable this option to uncheck, and it should give us to select the balance and segment values. It's not working. What's wrong with this? Go to chart of accounts and we'll go verify. So this is our chart of account structure name. So company we mapped with the primary balancing segment label. Yes, this is fine. Then it should work. Okay, we'll try once again. Data access set. Task is manage data access sets. Just say add. There is some issue in this environment. Okay, so this we'll see later. Okay, so there is some issue. We'll just check with the other ledger how it is going to behave. Say there is some issue in this instance. Okay, that will just mark it as a pending for time being, and we'll be working on this later. Sorry, say pending. Okay, the function is not working in this. We'll see that later. Fine. For now, we'll just proceed with the cross validation rules. CVR. So we know it's all about setting invalid code combinations across the segment values. We'll just go and define the cross validation rule. So which we call as CVR. So we'll go and set with the company 1000, department 3000 is invalid. We'll define this invalid code combination by using the cross validation rule, and we'll just go and test it. Okay, fine. So search for the task called as cross validation rules. Just type by just including the hyphen, then you can find the task name. Manage cross validation rules. Okay, let's talk about the process. See, first we'll create cross validation rules, and we have to deploy accounting flex field. It's a mandatory how to deploy. Then only the cross validation rules will work. So manage cross validation rules. Just click on this task. And you want to create the cross validation rules for which chart of account structure. Select your chart of account structure. That is Google, right? Select it. And say create. The rule name is say CVR1. Say department 2000 is invalid with company 1000. You can just give the from date, and you should enable it, and here you can give the condition. Okay, add field. This is like if class. If company is equal to, sorry, if company is equal to 1000, say okay, if company is equal to 1000, and here what should not be the other value to not to should which you don't want to include as a code combination, the department. So department does not equal to 2000, right? So I think 3000, that's what we discussed. Okay, here we written 2000, we'll go with that 2000. Say okay. So when if somebody is trying to enter this code combination with the company 1000, if anybody is trying to enter the transaction with the department as a 2000, system should give the message as it is invalid code combination. Choose different department. Okay, so it's invalid code combination, choose different department. This is a message system should pop for the user. So done. And say save and close. Once you create these cross validation rules against our chart of accounts, system will update the flex field status to edited. You have to go and do submit the chart of account structure, and Instead of saying chart of account structure, our accounting flex field you have to submit for deployment. So go to chart of account structures. Manage chart of account structures. Click on go to task icon. Say accounting. So now you can see the deployment status is updated to edited. The reason we created cross validation rules against one of the chart of account structure which is a part of this accounting flex field. That now we have to submit for a deployment. So after deployment, if you go and create the transaction, if you try to choose the department as 2000 with the company 1000, system should not allow because of CVR. Yeah, done. So now you can see the deployment status as deployed. Better what you can do is you can just sign out and sign in and we can test how it is going to behave. Go to journal creation page. So not only journal, even you can test this in the subledger applications, right? The rule will be applicable in all the applications, not only in all the applications, in all the chart of accounts, how many ledgers are using the same chart of accounts. Let's try to create journal. Okay, we'll just see it's accepting 1000. Now we have to test with a 2000. Select 2000, it should not allow to select this code combination. Just say okay, it's not taking. And if you scroll little up, you could see the message also. This combination is invalid. Okay, it is invalid code combination. This is what we written. It is invalid code combination. Choose different department. This is what we written in the cross validation rule. The same is working. It won't accept. Okay. So that's how you can just build a number of cross validation rules. We created just one for testing. And if you want to disable the cross validation rule, you can just go and disable. So maybe this is just a test instance. You may want to disable it. If you want to disable, you can disable from the same task. Manage cross validation rules. Select your chart of account structure. So you can disable it. So save and close. So when you disable the rule also, we have to submit the accounting flex field for deployment. Chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. See, you can see since you disabled one of the cross validation rule, which is a part of one chart of account structure, which is available within the accounting flexibility, is updated as edited. So when you create, you have to deploy. When you do some changes, you have to deploy. When you disable, that case also you have to submit for deployment. Otherwise, system won't take those changes. Without deploying, if you go and try to enter the transaction, still the rule will be applicable. Okay. So once you disable, you have to submit for deployment. That is the point we have to understand here. That's all about cross validation rules. Fine. So in tomorrow's session, we'll just continue from here, creating the secure rule and associating with the specific user related roles and the ledger set, reporting ledger, secondary ledger. We'll just we'll complete SR, ledger set, reporting ledger, secondary ledger. We'll try to close minimum these four concepts. If time permits, we'll proceed with other topics also. Fine. So that's all for today. Any questions from anyone, please? If no questions, we'll connect tomorrow same time. Fine, no questions. Okay, see you tomorrow. Have a good day and good night. Thank you all.